Hey everyone, Sergio here with the Rideshare Guy. What do we say on Show Me the Money Club? Work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, which I have been for the past year and a half, you may be working a lot harder than you need to. Let's change that. Download the app, link your account where you can manage your income, track your expenses, as well as your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more money, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download the Solo app today. Begin to work smarter, not harder. Link is in the description. Let's get back to it.
Let's talk about Levi's corner, not Matt's corner. Sorry, Matt, not happening. But Levi's corner.
His is coming up. His is coming up. His actually Matt and Len has a cover corner today.
Not supposed to give that away.
I don't want him to leave.
I was trying to get Matt sweat a little bit. Little lip sweat palms or something. Come on.
So this is Levi's corner, our friend from Syracuse.
Down the street from me. A couple hours.
Syracuse, New York. He posts a lot of he's driving in that snow. Good luck to him. He's got a Tesla Model Y.
He's getting Watertown's more getting it, so it's a little bit more north of Syracuse, but we were getting a little bit and it's more south. He's getting some snow for sure, but yeah, definitely some cold weather though.
So all these three chips, this is like Casino Royale. Okay, this is what rideshare driving is about these days. So you have to focus on what you're looking at on your screen. I'm not sure if the trip radar screen time has been extended. I know the ping has been extended in certain cities. For example, 15 seconds in some cities from 10. So the first trip comes in, UberX priority, okay? And there was $3.50 included for priority pickup. Okay. It's a 4-minute pickup, 11-minute trip, total mileage 5.9 miles. Okay, fine. Comes in 10:16. Good. With a verified rider badge on top of that. And then the second time it comes in, Chris, now not only the fare goes down, but the priority goes down, right? So the difference on the original trip radar screen at $3.50 to the new one at $1.97, I think that's the difference between 10:16 and 8:43, if I'm not mistaken. It may not be actually. I think it's lower actually. Definitely lower. $1.50. No, yeah, $1.50 will put us to 8:50, a little bit less. And then they send it to him at 8:43. And then on the third one, there's no priority. That should be the lowest actually fare. Do you agree? I mean, don't you think so? Yeah, should be the lowest fare. The third one comes in at $12.56 with no priority. So this is what we're dealing with. 3 times, same identical trip. He obviously has not moved because the pickup and drop off exactly stays the same. And the first one with a $3.50 included for priority pickup goes to no priority pickup inclusion, not a priority trip, and goes that's the highest one. So what's the moral of the story here? Pay attention. Pay attention. There's nothing shameful in declining and reclining, but I mean, this is what we're dealing with, and I don't know if it's legal or not legal. I'm pretty sure it's legal, but that third trip kind of, because if you took the priority on the first one at $3.50 out, right, you're left with like 6 and change. Well, the third one is double double the base for the exact same trip. I'm going like, okay, so this is what we have to deal with. Casino Royale.
So here's the question I'm wondering is, are they actually finally realizing that if nobody's taking the ride, that's because the price is too low, and maybe they'll actually put it up?
Well, all these 3 were trip radar, by the way. Okay.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying though. Like if you go 10:16 to 8:43, all right, how many times have we seen it drop? And then it goes to 12:56. You know, I don't know how much time. You got to find out how much time actually went between the three here. But yeah, I wonder if they're actually finally starting to understand that nobody's going to take it, and that'll lead into our next topic. But when it comes down to it, nobody's going to take it at 10:16 to 8:43. You're going to look at that and be like, okay, why did you just drop, almost $2 off the pay, and then all of a sudden it comes back another time for 12:56, and yeah, there's no priority, there's no additional, it's just base right there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they're almost making numbers up as they go.
Well, I mean, if it wasn't the exact same chip, same distance, pick up and drop off, everything, I can understand. But the variability here is massive. I mean, we're talking, 20% down, and from that 40% up. So if you go the chain is 10:16, 8:43, 12:56. The first two have priority pay included in there. So if you took that out, you're looking at 650 base, and you're looking at about, again, 650 base. Base meaning no priority, no surge, nothing else. The third one comes in no priority, and then it's the highest offer, highest. So that kind of could say that they did shop it around. Maybe not. There were not enough drivers in the neighborhood, and who knows what's inside the algo. But my thing is, moral of the story is, you need to be watching your screen, because not every time when you decline that the second price is going to be better, second fare is going to be better. But ultimately, this turned out that the third fare was better. So now they're doing it 3 times.
Yeah.
And
So you know what? This might actually be some light at the end of the tunnel. And again, as I said earlier, you train the algorithm. If you watch the video that I made earlier today and posted, if you didn't, watch it later. But basically, I was saying that you need to feed the algorithm what you want. So don't accept the 843. Sit back and wait until a ride comes in that's actually worth it for you, or where you want to go, or the price that you want to pay or get paid. So all of those things have to add up. But I also said that if we all do it together, it has to teach the algorithm something. They can try to suppress it as much as they want, but if rides aren't getting picked up, customers are complaining, they're not going to be happy. Again, next story that we're actually going to be talking about is exactly that, where a customer is complaining about not being picked up for a ride, almost getting late for work, or actually at late for the first day. And so, these types of things, if you just start compounding it over time with more drivers continually doing this strategy and feeding the algorithm what they want and working together, even though you're driving alone, you're still working together, because it's going to tell the algorithm nobody's accepting it for it. We have to boost it. So instead of going from 10:16 to 8:43, maybe they had a couple of drivers. It made it around all the drivers in the area. Now the algorithm says this ride has to be taken. We have to do something. So they raise it to 12:56. That's the only thing I can tell you right there. So if you are, I mean, you might not want to take it because it's a 4.65 rating, but either way, it's a 5 minute pickup, less than a mile, for a 12-minute ride. That's 5 miles, and you're getting paid 12.56. That's pretty damn
Well,
good.
any way you look at it, is about $2.50 a mile, and about $38 per active hour. I mean, the third one is doable. The first one, not much, no, because it has the 350 priority. The question is, like, how does the priority disappear completely, and then the fare is higher? So, we'll see. I mean, maybe you're right. There was no drivers, and they have to get the trip into books. And Algo goes, yeah, well, fuck, I'm not going to make 50%. I'm going to make 40%. Let me share some of the wealth with the driver, and then put it out there, because if not, they may lose the trip to Lyft. They may, all kinds of things. So, I mean, again, these are complicated machines. They know what they're doing over there. And, I don't know if Levi took the third one, because still it was all 3 were on Trip Radar. And then we're going to talk about clicking Trip Radar to match. And literally 9 out of 10 times it'll say, oh, no, you didn't match. Somebody else took it. We're going to see that in about 10
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a few. But before we do, moral of the story is, like I say, algorithms are based on data. and you are feeding the data. So everybody who says, oh, well, they're just going to do whatever. No, it's still going to be fed by you. So you can poison the well as much as you want. And I'm going to call it that because it's going to work in your favor or the driver's favor versus Uber and Lyft's favor sometimes. And that's what you got to do. In order to be able to do that, you have to poison the well. You have to be able to put the data in that you want it to spit out back to you. And if everybody starts doing that, or a massive amount of people actually start doing that, which we've already seen, we already see people that were ants now cherry pick. We've seen acceptance rates go from high 90s, 100% down 50% sometimes. We've seen even more people get more and more selective. What are they doing? They're trying so many different things, but each time, you know, those dominoes are falling and it's not necessarily going anywhere. So, you know, stick to it harder. Make sure that the rides that you're taking are profitable, are in the range that you want. And with that being said, hopefully that algorithm will actually start working towards what you want to see, and that's better pay.
Yeah, I agree. And again and again and again, it's your choice to take chips or not to take chips.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you get notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.